It can be difficult to set boundaries when kids or relatives move back into their parents' or grandparents' homes, and kids moving back into their parents' house has been so common in the last decade that a recent study put today's numbers of adult children living within their parents at pretty much the same as numbers in the 1940s. Student loans and other factors used to be the culprit, but now, because of the coronavirus and subsequent mass unemployment, an estimated 3 million adults have moved back into their parents' homes in the last few months. And the number keeps on growing, which is why we're going to cover a few things to remember when welcoming an adult child back into your home. First, be clear about your rules. An extra body in your house is going to shake up your routine, and because it's your house, it's also your rules. You can communicate these rules verbally, but you can make it official by going the extra mile and drawing up a simple lease agreement, which you can get by clicking the link in the description below. Before doing either of these, here are some questions that you might want to ask yourself. What's the longest you're willing to let your family member stay? Will you allow your family member to bring their guests into your home? Do you wish to have a certain quiet hours? What sort of activities are permitted and not permitted in your home? Are you charging rent or utilities? Is there housework that you would ask your family member to perform? Next, charge rent or create a trade. If your adult children or relatives are taking up a room in your home, it's customary to charge rent, especially after they're done with college. If your adult child has the means to pay rent, even if it's a small amount, charging them isn't about demonstrating that you're not a pushover. Instead, it creates boundaries and respect and helps better prepare them for when they're ready to fly the coop. Even if the amount is simply to help cover with utility payments, the general consensus is to charge something. However, especially in the wake of the coronavirus, there may be some extenuating circumstances. If your adult child is suffering a hardship that is leaving them penniless, create a trade agreement where they can take on housework and additional duties that will offset your costs of allowing them to stay. Last but not least, know the laws. If your adult child or relative is staying in a room in your home, you generally won't need to fear the tax man, but it may be smart to read up on gift taxes and whether or not you should claim your adult child as a dependent. We've included some links to resources in the description below this video. But it's really important to know this. If you're allowing adult children or other relatives to live in a property that you normally use as a rental, you must charge fair market rent, or not much lower than market rates, or the property may be reclassified as personal use. This means that you'll have to claim the money you make as income, but you'll lose your valuable rental property tax deductions. WREE forms the biggest database of legal documents on the planet. Subscribe for more current events, and don't forget to grab your free simple lease agreement at the link below.